It's been a while since I've done a triple P, and I know y'all have been craving one. Trust me, I have been craving it as well, which is why we are gathered here today to talk about this guy named Richard Barnett. Now, looking at this picture, I'm assuming many of you are familiar with who he is. He was one of the invaders at the Capitol back in January who decided he was going to go into Nancy Pelosi's office, put his feet up on her desk, rummage through her stuff, and then stand outside holding up one of her pieces of mail. I believe that was the same person as well. Well, the reason why I'm doing this triple P on this man today is because his palm color privilege did not work so much in his favor like he thought it would or should, because he basically came out and said that it wasn't fair that, he's not being able to be released from jail from, what he's being held for, or at least until his trial comes, because now he has to stay in jail until May when his trial date arrives. So he's going to have to stay locked up for about another 2 months, at least, or a good month and some change, or 2 months, something like that. They said this man was freaking out in that courtroom, but I'm not going to jump the gun because I don't want to miss all the juicy stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and read this article. Richard Barnett, the Arkansas man who was photographed sitting at a staffer's desk in Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office during the Capitol invasion, became incensed over his continued confinement during a court appearance on Thursday. Photos of Barnett during the January 6th riot at the Capitol became some of the most well-known images, and he was arrested on January 8th. Barnett, who pled not guilty to several charges he faces for the alleged role he played, has remained in custody since his arrest. So this man has been in jail since 2 days after it happened. I'm thinking they just now locked him up. So apparently it sounds like he had a hearing to see if he could get a bail posted possibly until his trial for May. And it sounds to me like they denied it. And now he has to stay there until his trial date comes up, which is in May. And the prospect of spending another month in jail sent him over the edge. I've been here a long time. Dude, you only been in there for what, a month and some change? That's not even long compared to some people who's been in jail for years for stuff they have not committed, yet you committed this crime and you can't even last a month and some change, 2 months, 3 more months, whatever the case may be. See, y'all are now figuring out that these Billy and Bernice badasses aren't as badass as they claim to be. He probably felt that he should not have done any time, but many of them feel the same exact way. But I'm glad this is happening. I'm glad when I see just even a little inkling of them slowly crumbling around them, just falling like a house of cards. Even if it's just for a little small moment, we need to revel in this because we don't get many opportunities to do so. This is the stuff right here that triple P's are made of. Let me continue before I lose my spot. Barnett yelled during appearance in court on Thursday, "Another month? It's not fair. You're letting everyone else out. I need help." You need help, but it's not the kind of help it's not the kind of help that you hope. It's the kind of help that you actually need, which is probably not the help that he wants. Barnett also expressed frustration that people who did much worse things were already home. Judge Christopher R. Cooper paused the hearing so Barnett, who phoned in from jail, could confer with his attorneys. Joseph McBride, the lead attorney for his case, told Newsweek. Barnett was understandably frustrated when the judge told him the next status hearing wouldn't be until May 4th. That's a very special day for me, y'all. In case y'all are new to the channel, May 4th is a national holiday for me. I'll let y'all put the pieces together for why that is. That hearing is related to the purpose of discovery, but Stephen Metcalf, Barnett's co-counsel, said their client thought that meant his bond would not be addressed for another month. They thought wrong. That's not the scenario, Metcalf said. We plan on addressing his bond before such date. We just need a reasonable time to get the material we need to make the application. A federal judge granted Barnett release on very, very restrictive conditions for house arrest, but Chief U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell overruled that decision as he was set to be released. Howell ordered that Barnett remain in jail and be transferred to Washington, D.C. Barnett spoke with media outlets after he allegedly left the Capitol building and was seen with an envelope that had Pelosi's return address on it. When asked how he got it, he said he didn't quote-unquote steal it, and that he left her a note that said, "Nancy, Bigo was here, you bitch." know what's funny? The fact that this guy went into this office, took this picture, went through her stuff, went outside, took another picture of his face all in the camera with her mail, with her return address on it, then come back and claim he didn't steal it, and then left a note to let them know that he was there that said, "I was here." B-word. Y'all, these are the so-called high IQ that we supposed to be taking moral lessons from, that we supposed to be looking up to for inspiration and whatever else that, you know, they position themselves into being. I cannot make this up. This was my laugh of the night, and I'm actually recording this late at night. It's 11:30 at night right now when I'm recording this on May 5th, 2021. I can't wait for this video to upload it, because y'all are going to laugh as hard as I just did at that one line I just read. But let's continue. He was also carrying a stun gun at the time of the invasion, according to the indictment. McBride acknowledged that there was a lot of politics and charging motions related to the riot, but Barnett, he said, was not an enemy combatant and therefore should be granted release until his trial. So because he didn't engage in actual physical contact with the police that was there or with anybody else that was trying to protect the Capitol, that means that he should not be in jail, is what you're saying. But the fact of the matter is that he was there and he was messing with stuff that he wasn't supposed to. Look at him, he made himself right at home. That's like going to somebody's house and you doing that. You don't listen, you feel how you may feel about Nancy Pelosi. Trust me, I have issues with that woman. I really do. Especially after that stunt that she and them people pulled wearing that kente cloth last year after the whole George Floyd thing. That didn't sit right with me at all. But at the end of the day, there are consequences for your actions. And PC has been told for so long that they can do whatever the hell they want and not get any type of consequence or punishment for their actions. And now they're realizing what it is. Because see, punishment and consequence is only supposed to be regulated to a certain group of people. I don't have to go into details and specifics about who those certain people are. We already know. But see, now they getting treated like the niggas, and they don't like that. Well, let me continue. He pointed to this being his first substantial interaction with the criminal justice system. Substantial. I'm willing to bet that he's probably had some run-ins before, but this is probably his biggest run-in yet. Employment status and the fact a judge already deemed him appropriate to be released as arguments in favor of granting him bail. He should be able to fight this case from the outside. Just because people are angry about what happened doesn't mean he should have to fight this on the inside, McBride said. The issue of pretrial detention is going to be a focus for the attorneys who just took over the case, in part because the pandemic has thrown a wrench into court proceedings. At this point, Metcalf said they're unsure what will happen with trials and if there could be a months-long delay because of COVID-19. McBride said it's an added reason as to why he should be allowed to return home. You want to know what's so crazy? You're going to find a lot of these PC people, whether they are the client or the attorney, are going to start using COVID-19 as an excuse to delay trials or to try to throw a case altogether because they don't want to be in close proximity with people. But these are probably the same ones that tried to say that this thing was a hoax not even a whole year ago. But they'll try to use it to their advantage now. They ain't slick, they are not low. But yeah, this was hilarious. This was funny. But you know, even if this guy walks away from this, like I said, I'm going to revel in this moment right here, because like I said, it doesn't happen every day. So I will take full advantage of it happening right now, and you should too. I hope there's some more stories that'll come out about this, or not so much about him in particular, but maybe even him, but more people needs to be put out on Front Street in the same exact manner, and they need to be taken care of in the same exact manner as well too. Let it be a slow burn. I'm fine with a slow burn because it leads to something else. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure that you text the number in the comments below so you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video.